like, where's that voice coming from?
I am in love with you.
Oh, thank you.
I gotta catch my breath right I chase you down the block. Okay, first of all, thank you, because your music is powerful.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate you. Woo.
Don't cry.
I want to thank you so much for your songs, because it's been so helpful for me. Your music has helped me a lot.
Oh my God.
So thank you.
That means I'm doing my job right.
You are, and I be talking my shit.
Yes. Hey y'all, it's Inayah, and I'm doing Street Walks with Saige. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Anaya,
Yes.
thank you for being on Street Walks.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate
I'm
it.
excited. I love New York.
So you're from Houston, Texas?
H-Town, baby.
Yeah. So I have never been to Houston.
What?
I've never been. I've only been to Texas once.
Uh-huh.
So tell me just about the city.
Houston is the bomb, and I'm not just saying that because I'm from Houston, but we've got just such a wide variety of cultural foods. You get a lot for your buck. The houses are huge. It's a lot of land.
The music's good.
The music is good, and the musicians are too.
Yes.
I like to call it a recession-proof city because no matter where the economic climate is, you can still survive in Houston. Yeah, it's just a beautiful city.
Because it's affordable enough.
Absolutely.
But like you kind of get it. It sounds like you kind of get it all.
Yeah, you
Okay.
really do.
Yeah.
I love Houston, and it's a great place to raise a family.
Yeah.
Shout out to my babies. Mwah.
Okay, yeah, I want to, whatever you're willing to share, I want to hear about them too.
Okay.
But so, were you born in Houston?
I was born in a city just outside of Houston called Humble,
Okay.
but it's all Houston.
So you more or less have lived there. I'm sure you're traveling a bunch, but like
Yeah.
you've lived there for
My
your
entire life. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Amazing. Cool. And I guess you don't feel the need to leave?
I wanted to. I actually was going to relocate to Los Angeles a couple of years ago, but then I fell in love. So I stayed.
Okay. Wait, can you tell me? We're going to be all over the place.
Okay.
Because I don't want to keep like
Pick and
pausing on
choose.
certain
Yeah,
things.
yeah, no, I get
Might
it.
as well just dive into it.
Okay.
So can we talk about falling in
Of
love?
course, absolutely.
Okay. How did you meet?
We met at a party in Houston, and I was actually getting ready to leave. And as I was leaving, he was coming in. So I was like, oh, I think I'll stay a little bit longer.
And did he see you too, or no?
Yes, I know how corny this sounds, but we literally fell in love at first sight. Oh, that sounds so stupid to say out loud.
Well, I always wonder, I'm like, is that real? It happens.
Real. I didn't believe in it at first, but
Okay, so love at first sight.
yep.
So, did you want to take a sip?
Yeah, sorry.
Sips tea.
Okay.
So was this?
that's good.
This was just at an event?
It was like okay, so in Houston we have these gatherings called kickbacks. You know what a kickback is?
I've heard of kickbacks. To me, it just sounds like it would just be like a chill
That's
hangout.
exactly what it is. It's
Okay.
like it's a party, but it's not a big party. It's like a few little small, friends and family. No more than like 30 people.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why it's a kickback.
So you each, I guess, had mutual friends that led you to this kickback?
And I had never seen him before. He had never seen me before. And that was the first time we met. So we was just, there playing dominoes and cards and having drinks. And I felt silly because I literally felt like I was falling in love with him.
In the
in
moment.
real time, in the moment. So I was like, this is ridiculous. I need to get out of here. So I left. I just up and left. And then 2 days later, he asked a friend of a friend of a friend, like, whatever happened to Inayah? Why did she leave like that? And
You didn't say bye?
I didn't. I didn't. It was weird.
It wasn't some kind of like playing hard to get thing?
No. If anything, it was more like, I gotta go before I had this man's baby.
Oh, yay. Okay.
So I left,
Smart
and then
girl.
2 days later, he was looking for me, and he asked for my phone number, and I said no. And then he was very persistent, by the way. And
I like that.
eventually, yeah.
In a not creepy way. Of
Yeah,
course
in a,
there's
not,
the
in, a,
creepy
in a
versions, but-
charming, romantic way.
Yeah, yeah.
I turned down giving him my phone number, and I told the friend, just give him my IG. Let's start there, you
Yeah.
know? And then he gets my IG, and he's like, who the hell are you?
Oh, because he had no idea.
No idea who I was.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Which made me love it even more.
Yeah.
So, and
There was
now,
no ulterior motive.
yeah, it's happily ever after now.
So, okay, but you just liked him off the bat either way, obviously, but then like when you got to know him more, I guess all the other things, the important things like
Yeah.
the values and all that just align?
Yeah, for sure. And he's teaching me culture. He's Jamaican.
Cool.
So I no longer identify as American, by the way. I'm Jamaican now.
Nice.
And he's just got, you know, all these beautiful morals, and he eats clean. Girl, I done lost about 30 pounds since we've been together.
Oh, good for you.
Mhm,
You
thanks.
look awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So, because you have 2 kids, right?
I do.
So is he the father of one of your
I
children?
have a 13-year-old. Well, he's not 13 yet. I have a 12-year-old who'll be 13 this year. And then we have a 2-year-old together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're a blended family.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cute.
So can we talk about your having a baby
Absolutely.
almost 13 years ago?
Yes. And I have a bonus baby because Jay already had a son as well when we met.
Oh, I
So
love
we're a
that.
blended family of 3 boys.
And how,
The ages?
yes.
12, 5, and 2.
Wait, hold on. Let me get your hair that's stuck on your lips.
Oh, please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
12, 5, 12, 5?
12-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 2-year-old.
And it's, for some reason I heard 6, 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are kind of like across the spectrum with your kids.
Yes, very much so. It's crazy. Their age gaps are insane.
What's it like being, are you married or no?
I'm about to be.
Oh, cool.
I just
Amazing.
got this.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited.
So what's it like being stepmom or soon to be stepmom or whatever the part is title wise?
I won't lie. It was pretty challenging at first because I was like, you know, how am I going to figure, I hope this doesn't sound bad, but I was really trying to figure out how am I going to have this baby accept me as, you know, his mama,
Yeah.
essentially. And I had to learn how to make space.
Watch your back.
I had to learn how to like make space, you know, for another child in my heart. And as hard as I thought it was gonna be, it haven't been hard at all.
That's amazing. Well,
Yeah.
it's probably because you love your partner.
I do.
And then you, whether it's immediate or learn to love
Yeah.
your
What comes with them.
stepchild.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense. And even if it did like take a lot of time, I think that's also very normal because
Yeah.
like it's not your child and
Yeah.
you might have to get there or it might be like I think any scenario is okay.
Yeah, it takes steps, maybe.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't sound harsh.
No, I don't think so at all. I think it makes total sense.
Good.
And so, okay, you having your first child, was this whatever you're comfortable with? Was
Yeah.
this planned? Did you want to be a mom at the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. My first baby was absolutely planned. Austin, shout out to Austin. Hi, baby. He was planned because unfortunately I had experienced the miscarriage just before him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I wanted it back so badly. You know, I felt like the opportunity to be a mom was stripped away from me. So I wanted to try again, and I did, and I got Austin.
I love
Now,
it.
the second one was not planned at all. At all.
Okay, but a big blessing, a big unplanned
For
blessing.
sure.
Yeah.
That's the perfect description, a big unplanned blessing.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine life without him now, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, love him.
Miscarriage
Ooh,
wise.
watch it.
Thank
Ew,
you.
that
Thank
looks
you.
like poop.
Welcome to New York.
Jeez.
You don't know if that's an animal's poop or a human's poop.
But
here.
I love New York.
Yeah, me too. It's great.
Jeez.
So, can you speak at all to the feelings around when you had a miscarriage? Because I feel
Yes.
like this is like, so I'm 30,
Yeah.
and I'm just learning so much about like miscarriages are so common,
Yeah.
and I don't think it makes it any easier
Yeah.
to know that they're common, but at the same time, it's like if someone who's had one speaks on how they got through it and stuff, I think
Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah.
Um,
It was, geez, excuse me if I get emotional.
this you are welcome to.
It was harsh. That's the best way I can remember to describe it, because I had actually just found out, and no later than I found out, I miscarried like 48 hours
Oh my
after
gosh.
finding out. Yeah, and then there wasn't even a medical explanation. It just simply, my body just rejected the pregnancy. And it sucks because when you go and search for answers and try to look for reasons why, you feel less than because you're like, well, what did I do wrong? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I spent a nice little amount of time blaming myself and battling with that mentally and emotionally. And I
Watch
think
your back.
and I think that's why I developed the need so badly to want to try again for another baby because
Yeah.
I just couldn't handle the devastation that
Yeah.
came with the miscarriage.
And I can only imagine, like,
Yay.
I can only. Aw.
That's dope.
Firefighters, yeah. I can only imagine, like, the feelings that like someone can say to you, oh, just try again, like, you're young,
Yeah.
it'll happen, but you're like, but that would have been my child. Like,
Yeah.
I just have so much empathy around that, and
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, I'm sorry that happened.
That's sweet. It's okay. I have 2 beautiful boys now and a bonus baby.
Yeah.
So God is good.
Do you think you will ever have more?
Ooh, girl.
If that's okay to ask.
That's a loaded question. I'm not opposed to it. However, I'm not planning,
Okay.
you know, especially not right now. I'm just now jumping back into music and my new album, and I've got some Grammys to win and
Yeah.
movies to shoot. So
A lot of success to
yeah,
be had
there's
there.
there's quite a few things I need to accomplish first because babies, although they're beautiful and precious and they're blessings, they slow you down.
Yeah, yeah.
And I ain't got time for that right now.
Yeah, I believe it. I'm sure just plus being a mom and having a career,
Yes.
like, cheers to you for doing it.
Thank you.
And also, as a side note, I'm so glad A, to have you on my show, but B, like, the majority of my guests are
Uh-huh.
men. And I am
Really?
Yes, I am so grateful for every guest because truly
Wow.
I appreciate it so much. But to have a woman
Yeah.
and you is just like so great. We need more women on the show.
Let's
so
go.
yeah, so thanks for being here.
Cheers to that. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So okay, last thing on this sort of like mama front and pregnancy and everything.
Uh-huh.
Can you talk about you dealt with postpartum depression as a lot of women do, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
What was that like? Any advice to someone, another new mom who's dealing with it?
Yes, I would love to give advice. Give yourself grace. Give yourself time. There is absolutely no time limit on how long it takes to get back to you. Do not beat yourself up. Love on the baby and work on getting back to you, but there's no rush. Seriously.
I like that.
Yeah, it was an unfamiliar space for me because I bounced right back after Austin. Austin's my 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any issues after that pregnancy. My body went right back to its nice little petite size. My skin was clear, everything. But with Apollo, and maybe because there was a, 10-year difference in the time frame in which I had them,
Yeah.
my body was different. So it took a really long time to get back into what I felt was sexy.
Yeah.
You know, I had like mental breakdowns. I went mute for about a week.
Meaning you just literally didn't talk?
There was no communication. All I did was cry.
Was that
all
a
day.
conscious decision?
I don't even think it was intentional. I just didn't feel happy enough to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I don't even think I definitely didn't plan it, you
Yeah.
know. I had so many insecurities around Jay and our relationship, and it wasn't the best of times.
With the insecurities around Jay and your relationship, was that like because your body is not bouncing back and things like that?
Yeah, it was definitely me. It was 1000% me. I just didn't feel like I didn't feel desired. Of course, but it was my own.
Yeah.
Me being in my own thoughts.
So one of the things that scares me the most, and I want to be a mom,
Yeah.
but about becoming a mom is like your body. Like what is the narrative
Oh,
that you
yeah,
told
girl.
yourself in those moments when you felt like your body wasn't good enough?
Oh,
yet?
I was my worst enemy. I was like, oh my God, you're so fat. You're never gonna get your shape back. Look at your skin. Like, Jay not gonna want you like this. You're not even desirable anymore. Oh my God.
How did you get
Now
out of
that
that? How did you change that? Because that's not good.
Well, it's hormonal, right?
Yeah.
So there's no time stamp on how long it takes to get back. I'm just now coming back into myself, and Apollo just turned 3, actually. I said 2. He just had a birthday.
Oh, okay, he's 3.
Damn. See what I mean?
Yeah, it's okay, he's 3.
He just turned 3. And you know, that's why I'm so excited about this body of work, because I finally feel like I can create again.
Yeah.
I was stuck. I couldn't write a song to save my life.
Just emotionally, you just couldn't?
I was just emotionally checked the F out. 100%.
And are you saying that kind of only until recently, like it really took you a few years to kind of get back?
It took me it took me over 2 years to feel like myself again after my baby. That's why I said no stress with putting time limit on how long it takes you to bounce back, you know?
Yeah.
And again, this is my experience the second time around. The first one I bounced right back. But yeah, I would say definitely recently.
Yeah, good for you.
This album has so much confidence in it. I wasn't this confident girl last year.
So maybe even going through that, like, actually made you more confident, even though in the moment you were like having those terrible thoughts. Do you feel like that or no? Or just took you time to get back to the confident?
It definitely
Inayah?
took me time to get back. I think I had to remind myself, and I have to give credit to Jay too. He's such a good man.
Oh, I love that.
He's such a good man.
What,
he helped me remember that I'm worth it, you know?
Oh.
And I shouldn't allow this temporary feeling to dictate who I am overall.
Yeah,
He
absolutely.
reminded me of that. So I got back in the studio, and this confident shit talking girl came out of nowhere, and I'm like, what? Wait, is this my moment?
Yeah.
Have I returned? You know? And after that first song, the rest of them just started coming, and now we have an album.
So, what came out in the first song that you created? What was the content of that one, and motivation and stuff?
People know me for being a storyteller, you know, in my music. So I think the easiest way for me to, or the most effective way to ease back into creating was the element of storytelling, which I happen to do very well. So that's where I started, you know. I just started with what I knew. And also what I knew my annihilators fell in love with me for in the first place. That's what I call my fans. Shout out to my annihilators.
Yeah.
And sticking to a formula that's already been tried and true, it works. And they let me back in every time. No matter how long I've been gone, my annihilators are always like welcoming me with open arms.
They're probably waiting too.
Yeah, they are waiting.
Yeah.
They are waiting. And the name of the album is Wait, There's More.
Yeah.
And I named it that because, again, coming out of postpartum and realizing there's so much more to me. I'm not gonna let this defeat me. I'm not gonna let this stop me from being the greatest version of myself. So wait for it. There's more.
Yeah. What do you feel like is the most important story you're telling on this album? If there is one that you feel like is the most important.
The most important story I'm telling on this album is to just accept that life ain't always gonna be pretty. You know what I mean? And I think I've made that point with other older songs too. But that's just my overall life motto. It's not gonna be great every day, but you also possess the ability and capabilities to make your life beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
preach.
I just had to tap into that and realize that I am my biggest supporter, and if I ain't moving, then nothing is moving. So I got to get up off my ass and stop feeling sad and sorry at some point. And now that I'm back in this space, it just feels, now I feel like I wish I could just go hug that older version of me.
Yeah.
And just tell her, come on, girl, it's enough with the sadness. Let's get up and go.
Yeah.
We got shit to do.
Especially probably making this album, I'm guessing, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably like can look back kind of like what you're saying, like, come on, get up and like do your thing, but like you could probably look back and also be like, if only you knew then what you know now, like you're gonna feel so much better and you're gonna make a great album out of this.
Oh my God. And it's so hard to, when you're in it, it's so hard to see that version of yourself. So hard to believe that version of yourself. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's truly beautiful on the other side of depression, I guess.
Yeah. What are your feelings around? I know you love God, right?
I do.
So I'm just curious between whether it's God, thank you, religion, spirituality, manifestation, because I think they're sometimes the same, sometimes different, sometimes a combo. What do you feel around this? Like my mentality, where I'm going, or where my head is like the universe maybe was like, you can handle this in the moment. You don't know what's going to come out of this.
Yeah.
But like you've got this in the end, but you didn't know it then, but like some higher power did. So what are your feelings in general around all of it?
I do truly believe that our lives are already mapped out for us.
Oh, you do? Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that. However, I also believe that we could deter ourselves from that divine direction too. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that I know that for me personally, I put the most pressure on myself because I'll see these things that I want for myself, and I know what my destiny looks like, and I know what I am and who I'm supposed to be. But then
Watch your back.
I would want it so bad that I'll go do some shit to try to get there faster. And it ultimately ends up, can I curse?
Yeah.
Up the whole plan and direction in the first place.
Yeah.
Patience, I know, and in my younger self, I hated hearing this quote. Patience is a virtue. Just wait, it'll come to you.
Yeah.
If it's meant to be, it'll happen. I hated hearing that shit as the younger me. But you know, now that I'm older, wiser, it's true.
Yeah.
What's for you is divine. You know, it's gonna come to you regardless. Just stop trying to do shit to make it happen faster because you f***ing up the plan.
Yeah. And also, there's room for everyone.
Absolutely. That's the other thing.
Yeah, like you can see one artist winning, and that sometimes initial feeling that's like, oh, but it's like makes you feel bad. No, like that, like you can be there in your Inayah version. You know, like how have you? Is that an easy thing for you to always feel and know? How do you deal with any feelings
like
around that?
There was, when I used to do the competition shows like American Idol and The Voice and things like that, I would feel like, okay, well, when is it going to be my turn? You know, I had those moments of frustration. I think we all do as humans. But now, in this space that I'm in, and even thinking back on how I used to try all of those competitions and win all of the local competitions in Houston, I did all of that, and that's not even how I became an artist.
Oh, good point.
I ended up going all around the world, and I never even had to leave my living room because I went viral.
Instagram,
Yeah, like, and that's what I mean by pushing it when it's already meant to be and you're trying to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Just sit the hell down and wait a second. It's coming. So,
but also like maybe that is just, it's part of your path anyway. It taught you something, right? Like you can look in different ways.
Yeah, I see what you mean by that too. That's a good way to look at it. But I was just on some, I got to do this now before I turn 30, and I put so much pressure on myself according to my age.
Yeah.
I don't know if all women do. Do a lot of women do that?
I think so. I think a lot of people probably do. I think even men do it. When I turned 30, I felt like I saw so many people posting or talking about how like, oh, I'm in my 30s, I'm free, all these things.
Yeah.
I was like, I of course aspire to all those things, but I was like, there's also pressure for me around 30. Like, I want to have this, and be this. Like,
exactly. It's
all
because
about
you already have the thought of what your life should look like by a certain age. So
yes, but patience is a virtue.
It is, and it's a real thing. And I try to teach my kids that now, and then I feel like a hypocrite because I'm like, I felt exactly like them when I was their age. Like, I get it, you know? But me being the adult version of me, I really try to instill patience and gratefulness and gratitude into my kids. Yeah. But, you know, kids are impatient little shits.
Okay, so let's talk about, well, before we talk about like your family life growing up, with your mentioning the competitions,
Uh-huh.
I'm curious what like advice for other people with winning all the local competitions, not winning the biggest ones, whatever, and then like knowing in the end that like you still ended up winning in your life anyway. Like, what's your advice to someone who is finding rejection?
Oh. When I would never make it past the preliminary rounds of all of the competitions that I would try out for, I just felt like, well, maybe music isn't my calling.
Ooh.
You know, so I remember being in those spaces and feeling like maybe there's something else I'm supposed to do. But don't listen to that voice. It's not real. It's a plot to discourage you and get you off track from, you know, the promise
like
that's set for your life. You can't believe. And then also know that your thoughts when things aren't going your way, they can be poison. They can be poison, and they can trick you into thinking that you know, you're not supposed to get what's for you. So I would just encourage them to try their hardest not to believe all of the negative thoughts that are going through their head, because it can fuck you up, because it fucked me up, and I still got to where I was supposed to be. You know?
Yep. What's been the hardest part about being a mom so far, as far as like lessons for your kids, or like them dealing with feelings that you're like, oh shit, I don't actually know the answer to this, you know?
Hardest part as of lately has been balance, trying to still be a super mom and still tap into my artistry and cater to my annihilators and the people that support me. My label is always on my ass about posting. Hey, you need to post more. And I'm like, oh, I don't even think of social media. I get on, I put something up, and then I'll leave it. And before I know it, it's like 2 more weeks since I posted a picture or something. But I wish I could just make music and not have to deal with all of the politics of it all.
So, okay, let's go back. So Houston, like your background, who did you grow up with? What was your family like? What is your family like? What was, like, paint a picture of what your home life was like growing up.
We are country as hell, and and we're a really tight-knit family.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah, we link up for cookouts and go on girls' trips, and we're all really very, very close. We all look out for each other.
It's a blessing.
Our grandparents lived well into their 80s.
Nice.
We just lost them a couple of years ago, so we try to, thank you. We just try to embrace and take advantage of the time that we know we have with our family. Yeah, we're really close.
It's so important.
Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
I do.
Were both parents in the picture?
I do, yes. My parents were together until I was, I want to say, about 8.
Okay.
And then my mom remarried and met my stepdad, who's pretty much been my dad since the age of 8 till now. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm the youngest of 3 girls. I'm the baby.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Do you feel like you are a classic youngest child?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, don't know how to do my own hair, don't know how to do makeup, don't know how to do any of the glam things, because my big sisters always did it for me.
Yeah, that's so nice.
And I was, the bratty one, the baby that got away with everything.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're the youngest.
Absolutely. Yeah, I guess I am the classic baby of the family, for sure.
I grew up as the youngest child, and then I had a little brother at 15, so I'm technically not the youngest, but I am like you.
Your mama pulled the reverse Uno card on you.
Well, it was different moms, but yes.
Okay, got you.
Okay, so there was always love.
Yes.
And and closeness.
Yes.
Okay. And then was your dad not in the picture after they divorced?
He was still around. He just didn't. When you asked were my parents still together, then no. But my dad was still, we could still go see him and stuff, but he moved away to another city, so it was kind of hard to see him immediately like we would when he was living with us.
Yeah. Tell me more about the album.
So Wait There's More is me reclaiming my time. You know what I mean? Like I said, I took a little hiatus after the baby and dealt with postpartum. And now that I'm back into my creative space, I'm giving my annihilators what they fell in love with me in the first place with was, the storytelling and shit talking and all the Instagram quotes they can have.
Yeah.
I hear all the time, they always DM me and say, girl, I'm using that for a caption. You know, like, I guess I make caption songs.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you also had a background in like jingles, right? But like,
Yes.
I don't know what came first, like your...
The jingle company. So yeah, I write for a jingle company. A lot of people are surprised to know that I never quit my job. I still work there.
Oh, cool. Look at
I
you.
still work there. And I keep it because it keeps me, you know, sharp and on my toes with my creativity when I need to write and make up rhymes and, you know, tell stories and things like that.
Good for you.
Yeah, I love it. I don't think I'll ever, no matter how, I don't know, big or famous I get, I don't think I'll ever quit my jingle job.
That's good. That's cool. I love that.
I do too.
And it probably, like, I'm guessing that you were just like naturally good with words and storytelling,
Yeah.
but it sounds like it helps you hone those skills to be able to make your music.
Yes, and anytime something impacts my life, I always write it down and make a song out of it. Because I know that this journey isn't just for me, and even the things that I experience and go through, whether good or bad, can be, you know, tools and guidance for somebody else that's probably dealing with the same shit I'm going through.
Yeah.
You know?
And when you made this album, or in general, I don't know if it has varied, you know, for different projects, but do you like write in a diary too, or a journal of sorts? Like, what leads you there?
I absolutely have a diary, yeah.
Okay, and is the diary used to make your actual music, or is it kind of separate?
Yeah, because, you know, first of all, everything I've written, I've personally experienced.
Yeah.
Or I've witnessed someone very close to me go through it. Nothing is just like, you know, by chance or by just making up stuff. Everything is, all of the stories and experiences are real. So I always have material, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's easy for me to, whether I go in my diary or whether I talk to a friend and she dealing with something with a guy, or there's hard times with a friend that's dealing with depression.
You're surrounded by it.
I'm surrounded by stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's always easy to pull from those.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you always used a diary? Has it always been like a...
Yeah, I've had a diary since I wrote my first song when I was 10 years old. And I've been singing since I was 2. So I think, I've had a diary since I was 10 years old.
That's wild. That's really cool.
I went through a few of them though. I think I might be on like my, I don't know, 100th diary or something.
Good for you. That's really cool. And it probably makes you like more in tune with who you are, and then like more capable of being able to actually share your stories. And with your album and music in general, the importance of vulnerability, like I feel like that is important to you. Is that a fair assumption?
It is now. I
Okay.
mean, you know, since sharing my life with someone else, it is now. But the version of me before love was very much not vulnerable. I was hard. I was a tough girl. You know, I tried not to tap into emotion as much or cry as much or just look like a softie. But that was all just a protection mechanism. I know now.
Yeah.
And there's no need to be that way. It's okay to be softer. It's okay to let yourself be loved. And it's okay to love back.
Yeah.
You know? With your guard completely down.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think that like as a consumer of music, when an artist is being vulnerable in their music, then it makes it you be able to connect more with that artist, because you're like, wow, this person is sharing this and it's personal.
Yeah,
like,
it's got to be relatable.
Yeah. Makes you like them more, makes it relatable, makes them want to listen to you more.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's what sticks.
Yeah, I feel like that's maybe what we're getting here a little bit. That's awesome.
It's a song for everybody on Wait There's More, no matter what, you know, where you at or what emotion you're experiencing, whether you want to turn up and go to the club, whether you in love, whether you on some forget you, I ain't worried about you no more. It's
for everyone.
It's for everyone.
Okay.
It's for everyone.
Amazing.
Absolutely. I'm excited about this one.
Shameless plug. Go get it.
Go get that.
Okay, my last question for you, or like topic. Any business lessons, financial lessons, lessons from a contract, like anything that you can share that you've learned the hard way?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I hope it doesn't offend my team, but no matter how much you trust your people, always read your own damn contracts.
Yeah. Business is business.
Always. Business is business. It's strictly financial. No matter how much you ride for your people, the reality of it is money changes people sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's like a battle between money and morals, which is unfortunate. But luckily for me, I'm deeply rooted in my spirituality and, loving people or loving my people. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like, where's that voice coming from?
I am in love with you.
Oh, thank
I was in
you.
the bar and I saw you. I said, you're in New York, finally.
Oh,
I'm gonna
thank
catch you.
you. That's so sweet. What's your name?
My name is Angel. I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's okay, girl. I'm very approachable.
Do you have a question if you're open to it for Inayah?
I gotta catch my breath right before I chase you down the block.
Oh my God, that's so sweet.
Okay, first of all, thank you because your music is powerful.
Oh, thank you.
And I appreciate you. Ooh.
Don't cry.
I want to thank you so much for your songs because it's been so helpful for me.
Oh my God, why are you making me cry? I'm a gangster. You got me crying on the phone.
Sorry.
As we're talking about vulnerability.
I never get a chance. I never get a chance to express myself, and your music has helped me a lot.
Oh my God.
So thank you.
That means I'm doing my job right.
You are, and I be talking my shit.
Yes. Oh, I love
Thank you,
that.
but I'm sorry again for interrupting.
It's okay. You
Oh
don't
my
have
gosh,
to
I'm gonna be
apologize.
embarrassed because people gonna be like, oh,
It's
Angel,
okay.
because I don't cry. I'm a
Me
gangster.
either. That's why I'm like, oh, thank you, honey. I appreciate it. Let's take a picture. You want to take a picture?
Please.
Come
Oh my
on.
gosh. Oh, I can't
Oh,
wait to
wow.
tell everybody about it, even though they're gonna see me.
Hi.
I'm really not a crybaby. She just makes me sensitive.
Me either. That's why I told you I am. I guess I am now, but wow. Tag me so I can
And congratulations on
repost
being
that.
a mom.
Thank you.
You're holding it down for the mom. I'm not a mom, but you holding it down for the mom.
Thank you, girl.
And by the way, are you good with us leaving this in?
I am.
It's gonna be
I just want to add this. I am not a crybaby.
We were just.
I do not cry.
Me neither. Damn it.
Inayah was just saying that she learned
Literally.
about like how she can be vulnerable and it doesn't make you
It
like
started
weak or
for me.
anything.
My
Yeah.
vulnerability started about 2-3 years ago. So at this age, being sensitive it feels embarrassing. But
I just literally
in
turned in this corner.
I'm
We
trying
was
to tell you, we on the same page.
wow.
It's not a weakness.
That's
It's not. And shout out to anybody
It's
that shares
okay.
their emotions. You
Yeah.
are still beautiful. You are still
Yes.
blessed. You are still valued and appreciated.
Yes.
Thank you,
Oh,
gorgeous.
Angel, I love you. That is wildly coincidental.
The timing?
Yes.
And the universe.
We
Whatever.
just talked about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think there's a coincidence there, you know?
No, me either.
Yeah.
Me either. And you know what else? New York is the reason I went viral. New York like carried over all of my viral videos. And if you can make it in New York, damn it, you can make it anywhere.
I love it. Okay, so anyway, Inayah, now that we ran into some annihilators,
That was
some fans.
So awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a very good place to wrap up.
Yeah.
You are so warm and kind. I really appreciate your time and
Thank
for
you.
being real.
Thank you.
It's great. And I'm wishing you all of the good success.
Yay, girl.
Yeah.
I don't know no other way to be other than, hospitable and kind, because I want people to treat me that way,
Of course,
But
yeah.
I have another side. You might not want to see that.
But watch out. That's good. You're not a Gemini, are you?
No, I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, okay.
In every, sense of the word. Everything they say about Scorpios is true. We're sensitive, we're fun, we're spontaneous, we're sexual.
Nice. All the good things.
All the good things.
Okay, anyway, thank you for being on Streetwalks. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Saige. I love it.
Yeah, thank you so much.